This episode of What If It's Cool is brought to you by Respro Clothing. Respro Clothing, where you can get the latest merchandise from all the stars, including Luke Resner, Som, Savannah Rowe, Nova Nichols, and my personal favourite, Conflict Axiom. So make sure you check out Respro Clothing. You can find them on Facebook and on Instagram. Adrenaline Pro Wrestling presents Breakout 37, happening November 17th, featuring the up-and-coming stars of Adrenaline Pro Wrestling. Ticket link is in the description. Make sure to check it out. Deathmatch Down Under presents Same Panic, Different Disco, happening Sunday, November 19th. Make sure to check it out. MXW presents All For One, featuring the All For One Rumble, happening November 25th. Ticket links in the description. Make sure to check it out. Adrenaline Pro Wrestling presents Never in Your Wildest Dreams, happening December 2nd, featuring the I Quit match between Jason Crash and Kid Valiant. Ticket link is in the description. Make sure to check it out. Alpha Pro Wrestling presents the two-day event December to Dismember, happening the 9th and 10th of December, featuring the tournament to crown the new Alpha Pro Wrestling Pipeworks Market Champion. Make sure to check it out.
Look, it's as Crash said on Heat, cards subject to change. It does happen quite a bit, you know. we got Ryan.
You got my tag partner on, but you didn't get me.
What are you? Was this?
We're talking about Power Rangers. Nah, just a cameo.
No, hang on. Wait, right, Ryan. We do have to get you on the show, and
Yeah.
hang on, no, because we're going to be on the podcast now.
Yeah.
Are you going to be on What If It's Cool?
Oh, absolutely. I've been waiting for the call, brother. I've been waiting for the call. When my teeth push back into my mouth,
Yep.
I'll be on, without a doubt. Let's talk about Power Rangers. Let's talk about Dragon Ball.
Oh, for sure, man.
Hello and welcome to another episode of What If It's Cool, the show where we talk about anything and everything that is cool in the world today. I'm always getting lost in the galaxy, Daniel Paul Crow, and on this episode, I have a sit-down interview with Ryan Casca. We talk about how he got into the world of professional wrestling, his tag team with EVO, and a topic that he's very passionate about. So sit back, relax, and enjoy Power and the Passion with Ryan Casca.
Be a part of the show. I know you desperately wanted to be on here because when I was filming for the podcast, which still hasn't come out as a time recording, you wanted to come out, you wanted to be on the show so badly. But firstly, how you doing?
Mate, I'm living the dream. I was just changing my hair just then, so I was looking as pretty as I could be for this episode. So I'm happy to be here. It's been a long time coming.
Oh yeah. Well, oh god, I still remember our first conversation. You're like, why how come wasn't both being EVO? I'm just like, well, I don't want to just have both of you on at the same time. I want to get to know a little bit more about you guys individually, but it's actually a good point. I probably should have had you both on at the same time because we would have had a lot of fun talking about Power Rangers and toys. Firstly, before I go into any depth of your career or anything, the hair. Why did you change it?
Mate, I changed the hair because every now and again you need a refresh. Every now and again you need to do something crazy. I'm a big Dragon Ball fan. I love Dragon Ball. And one of my favorite transformations is Super Saiyan God. Originally, when I did the hair, it didn't have my natural hair coming through. It was fully red, as people probably have seen. But now it's grown out a bit, and it's kind of got that 2000s like tip sort of thing going on. Eventually, it will change though, and it will be something that I am really looking forward to. But it won't be red. It'll be something different.
Well, that's the only acceptable answer. If you said, oh, it's because of the Red Ranger or some shit, like, dude, this interview's over. As long as we got the Dragon Ball reference, I'm absolutely stubborn. Oh, I'm loving this guy so much right now, just by that, because I love Dragon Ball so much. Hang on, before we even get into your career, I need to ask this one important question. Being a Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball fan, Piccolo or Goku?
Like, does it have to be like the broadly, or can I bring it down to like individual stuff?
Let's go with individual because, like, whenever I say that, everyone will naturally go to Goku. I'm just like, all right, explain it. Just don't give it. So you go for it.
So I'll break it down a little bit. If it's fight scenes from the entire series, it's hard to look past characters like, what Goku's done. Goku's the main character. He gets all the really cool fight scenes, but
Yeah.
I really, really enjoy Piccolo's battles with Goku during the original Dragon Ball series. I think
Yes.
they're incredible.
Absolutely
Incredibly
fantastic.
well animated, and they stand the test of time. Whereas you look at stuff from like Dragon Ball Super or Dragon Ball Z, some of them you can tell where the budget has gone and where the budget hasn't gone. And being the main character, Goku's going to get most of the budget, but I think the Piccolo got a lot of those classic Dragon Ball fights. So like in Z, when he fought 17 on the beach or the archipelago, I believe in the games they call it archipelago. But I love that fight. I love that fight. And in Super, like in the film, when he gets his own film with Gohan, I think is incredible. I think that's awesome. It didn't have that Dragon Ball like feel, but it did give us a sense of like, oh my God, Piccolo's back.
Yeah.
He's the man. Everyone's like, yeah, Piccolo's my man. Oh, that's what I'm after. I want those kind of moments. I don't want like Goku being like, yep, all right, I've got another transformation. I want him to earn it. And I feel like Piccolo earned it.
Oh, hell yeah. Like I
I'm
took
going Piccolo.
I took Bubs to go watch that in 4D. And for those who live in Melbourne, if you have a chance to go see a movie in 4D, fucking do it, especially if it's anime, because like, man, like we watched it. It was just like the chairs was shaking, not like no tomorrow, especially in the final 40 minutes of that movie. Wow, you just got flashed up, didn't you?
Got flashbanged. Got flash. My second screen is turned on. Why is my screen turned on? Can't see. What is that? Okay, I think. Oh my Lord! What is that? Sorry, hang on.
It's called technology. It's not our friend.
Oh my God! It just turned on. Sorry, I think because I have two monitors. I
Yeah.
have my laptop and then I have my big drawing monitor, and I think I may have knocked it.
That's
I think
all
I
right.
may have, but it's off now. My apologies.
I'm hoping on the camera picked it up the first time before I said something, because that was hilarious. I just went.
I'm gone. I'm blind as it is. I don't need that.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm not wearing my glasses either, so I'm lucky that I'm just getting the ring light around here, just going to my eyes. But man, look at this little thing here, so I'm fine. But hey, so I was saying the 4D thing experience is really good, but after the main fight scene, I remember Bubs looked at me and goes, "Piccolo is pretty cool." I'm like, he's the best.
Yeah.
I love Gohan, because I think and I'm going to get massive heat on this one. I think he's way better than Goku, because I thought I'll be flat honest. After the original series, I find Goku incredibly annoying. I don't get him. I just don't. I just think he's we can go all day with that one, but we'll do that when we have everyone on to do the Dragon Ball Z episode.
Yeah, when we talk about that Dragon Ball episode.
Yeah. But no, I didn't like it. But like ever since then, Bubs loves Piccolo, because that final transformation into what they call him, Orange Piccolo or something like that. I've already forgotten.
Orange Piccolo, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's got the seal of Shenron on his back.
Yeah,
used with the Namekian crest as well.
Yeah, no, that was freaking epic, and oh god, I'm just getting goosebumps thinking about it right now. It was so good.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, Ryan, firstly, before we get into your actual career itself, how did you actually discover wrestling?
So I discovered wrestling I think other people have discovered it this way as well, but I used to live in this really, really, really small town. It has like maybe 100 people that live in there, right? Used to live in this town called Kundruk, and across the bridge was Barham, and in Barham was the only Videoland or Video Easy for anyone that doesn't know what Videoland is, but had a Videoland, and it had a gaming section, and it had movie section and TV and all that. Didn't get very many new stuff in, but they had Great American Bash 2005 or 2006. And on the main event, it was John Cena versus Bobby Lashley, but
Batista.
Right,
yeah.
But Batista was on that one, and it was one of the first times I saw. I was like, "Oh, who's this guy?" I lost my mind. I was like, "Yeah, let's go Batista." So then every time I would go to my nan's, I call her Mama. I would go, hey, can we get the wrestling DVD again? Can we get the wrestling DVD? And she's like, you've already seen it. I'm like, yeah, can I watch it again? I want to watch it again. And I was a kid. I didn't really know that it would change. I thought that the events would change
Yeah.
when I would buy them. I
Oh,
thought,
right. Yeah,
next
yeah,
time I watch it, it'll be different. There'll be more stuff. And I thought the same stuff with VHS growing up as well. I was like, where's the next bit? Why is it the same bit every time? So I would watch that and I'd be like, yeah, Batista. Oh, yep, John Cena, Bobby Lashley. Nothing new. Okay, all right. I guess that's wrestling. That's wrestling all in a tied up in a nice bow. But it went from there to then going to Swan Hill and then finding SmackDown vs. Raw 2007.
yeah.
And I remember asking that for my birthday and had Batista on it. So I was like, oh, that's an instant buy. Let's get that one. And from there, it exploded. I've just never really stopped loving wrestling since then.
See, I would never picture you as being a Batista fan. I would have thought, I don't know. Call me weird, but I would have thought you would be a JBL fan for some reason. I don't know why.
JBL?
Yeah.
Really?
I don't know. I don't know what it was, because the way you said Judgment Day, I was like, oh, it's got to be JBL or Cena at least. And then when you said Bobby Lashley and Cena, and then all of a sudden you went ballistic over Batista, I'm like, Batista fan? I'm like, okay.
Oh, mate. Oh, I love Batista. I love Big Dave. I love him so much. His WrestleMania 25, WrestleMania 35 retirement match against Triple H. I was crying. I was crying. I was not ready for Big Dave to retire. I hope maybe he comes back and does one more thing, because I don't think he's quite done yet. But if it's done, it's done. But my heart's holding out for Batista to come back and do something, because I love that man.
Oh man, I love Uncle Dave. He is so amazing. Like I don't give a shit what anyone says. He's fantastic, and that was a great match. I was in tears myself. I wasn't full on crying, but I was in tears. But I was in tears for a different reason, because he tripped in going into the ring. But other than that, nah, he was great.
Yeah. Currently, like that was my childhood favorite wrestler growing up. Since then, it's Johnny Gargano. Anyone that knows me knows
Johnny Gargano.
I don't shut up about Johnny Gargano in any facet of my life. I'm always talking about Johnny Gargano. In my room, I've got so many Johnny Gargano figurines. I've got duplicates. I've got customs. I can't get enough of Johnny Gargano.
I was gonna try and go through my stash of clothes right here, because I've got a beautiful Johnny Gargano t-shirt where he's actually Carnage. Oh my god, I've got a. No, I won't be able to find it. But I know it's up there somewhere. But yeah, it's one of the best t-shirts I've ever got from Pro Wrestling Crate.
Oh, you got that from Pro Wrestling Crate?
Yeah, man. Like that's
Right.
one of the very exclusive things. I think that was in my second or third crate I ever got from them. And man, I still wear that sucker like no tomorrow.
Damn right. I'm hanging out to find the NXT champion yellow shirt that he had when he won the title. That is like
that's
it's
hard to
not
find.
like, yeah, it is, and it annoys me. It really annoys me. I don't have any actual Gargano shirts apart from one that my sister-in-law, I guess you'd call it. My sister-in-law, she stitched the Rebel Heart logo on a shirt and gave it to me for Christmas. It's the only Gargano merch that I have.
Oh
And I
wow.
cherish it. That's like my favorite. It's like my favorite shirt.
Oh, you should like that particular shirt. If you want the real one, it's gonna be hard to find. If you go on I'm pretty sure it's Etsy, because I got a bootleg Cactus Jack's wanted t-shirt from there. About $15. Not that I encourage people to go on Etsy. I'm just saying, if you want to get a shirt like that, and you don't care if it's real or not, go for it. But again, I'm not encouraging counterfeit stuff, because you should definitely be buying the real stuff. Speaking of real stuff, make sure to check out my sponsor for whatever it's called, Respo Clothing. They're available on Facebook and on Instagram. Just look up Respo Clothing. That's a cheeky plug. Now, let's get into your career as a whole, as you are now if you're becoming a massive fan through the video games, the pay-per-views. How did you get into wrestling?
So I got into wrestling very similar to how guys like EVO, Frankie Grime, JP Bamford got into wrestling. I was a part of Wrestlehouse when that first started. My first interaction with Wrestlehouse was that I had a mate of mine who introduced me to the guy that owns the ring in Wrestlehouse. His name's Alex. I got introduced to them. I got introduced or Frankie Grime. Frankie Grime. I got introduced to Frankie Grime, and
Can we please not have another episode like with EVOs where I have to bleep and then put the
yeah,
name in there?
yeah. So I was doing so well. I was like, "Don't say the shoot name. Don't say the
Hang
shoot name."
on. Well, in last week's episode with KV, we were so close to saying shoot names. It wasn't funny, and literally we're only 5 minutes into this interview, and we said the shoot name.
Yep. No more from here. No more from here. Okay. So, Frankie Grime, Alex, EVO, and Bamford came later on. But so I was introduced through a mutual friend of theirs. I came in and I was blown away. I was near tears when I saw the ring. I got in the ring and I just felt it. It was like, you know how they tell you lightning hits through you, goes all the way through you and then back out sort of thing. I felt that. And instantly I was like, yeah, this is it. This is it. I need this. I need to do this now. And from there we would go around and we'd muck around in there and we'd try out some wrestling moves and all that. But eventually it got to the point where I just wanted to cut promos. It was during a point in my life when I would post videos every day or maybe or like multiple times a day, just doing things like skits that I found funny. Everyone thought it was a cry for help, but I just found it funny. Like I would do like not weather reporting and stuff like that, but I would have a character who I called Zachary David Travis III. And I would just make up names, and then I would have like Conspiracy Dave, who I would use him for like the commentary later on in like other stuff. But yeah, I would just make up wacky characters. And one day I just decided, oh, I'll just cut a promo, and I'll just put it up. And I put it up one day, and then EVO saw it. EVO contacted me. He's like, "Hey man, is there actually a wrestling ring in Mildura?" And I was like, "Yeah, man. Do you want to come along?" And he came along and he felt it. He felt that electricity from when he stepped in the ring, the same as me. And I went, yeah,
Yeah.
I reckon he and I are on the same wavelength. And then from there we filmed some stuff. Me and Frankie were the first match that got filmed in Wrestlehouse, I believe. And then we did a little event, Pitch Black. And then we did February Fiasco. We did all these other events, and you could see that everybody was taking what they felt Wrestlehouse was going to be and like combining it into what they are and how they progressed from there. It was honestly, it is really fond memories for me, Wrestlehouse, and there's a ton that I'm thankful for from there that has bled into where I am now. And I think it is honestly invaluable experience that I had. And from there, when I got to actually go and pursue my dreams of wanting to be a professional wrestler, I can look back on that and see the things that I was confident in and the things that I wasn't even doing right. And I can look at that and see that as my base level and then go from there. And that's sort of how I feel about Wrestlehouse, how it's special to me. It is somewhere where I felt comfortable, but I knew that I wanted to do more. I wanted to give this a proper go. And so, yeah, it's started from here and then I've just continued to grow. And I think a lot of the other guys have as well, from thinking about where EVO was to where he is now, or Bamford from where he was then to now, or Frankie Grime. Honestly, it brings a tear to my eye because I love these guys so much. And to see where they are now is, yeah. Yeah, I just, yeah. bit emotional about that one.
Yeah, man,
Yeah.
I feel it, man. Like it's seems like a really good time, and you guys are very close. Well, then again, I'm friends with you guys outside the show anyway, so I know how close you guys are. But um, man, just it's really good to have a really good start like that, and how humble you are about it, and just to see this emotion, that's come out of it. It's really good. I think, and this has been toying in my head for a while now because obviously I know bits of all your stories now. Have the four pillars as Jeez, I nearly called him by his shoot name again. Jesus Christ. I'm doing fantastic tonight. Having Grime on, he said, the four pillars. I reckon having the four of you guys and sharing some stories of the old Wrestlehouse days, I think that would be something very interesting. But it would also be interesting to actually hear from the man who actually owns Wrestlehouse. So I think we'll have to be in touch with him in the future. Before we touch on in you going into MXW. What I wanted to ask about Wrestlehouse is what was because you were from what EVO was saying, you were in and out. Was it because just life was happening, or what was going on there?
Back in the day, it was a group effort. It's always been a group effort. I would do the editing. Like I would put episodes and stuff together, and it got really taxing. I got I got really, really drained from it because I was working and editing, and I didn't really have a lot of time to do anything else,
Mm.
And I'm an artist. I like, creating art and doing things, and I didn't really feel like I had the time to do what I needed to do, and I uh I just kind of got burnt out from it, and it's happened a couple times just because I saw what Wrestle House could be, and I wanted all of my friends to build it with me and to see what I could see because originally I wanted to build us up to a level where we could run shows at like festivals and stuff like that
Mm.
because eventually we got to a point where like people around town knew what we were doing and how much passion we had for it and all the connections that like Frankie and Jimmy Burton had as well. Like we had the opportunities to go and do these things, but um, at the time, I don't think anyone was comfortable with it. And in hindsight, I I think I just kind of got too in my head about it, and I think I think I lost the side of that it was for fun, and we didn't need to push as hard as what maybe I was hoping that we could because yeah, I saw how incredible these guys were doing, and I had so much faith in what we were putting on that I thought that we could put on shows. And yeah, it I needed to just focus back on that it was friends wrestling. And that's that I suppose that that's on me sort of thing. And that's where the burnout sort of came from. Um there was stuff in my life that I was just sort of like trying to fix up as well. Like work was there all the time, and I also just kind of wanted to help other people and their stories and stuff, and just kind of be on the outside of it and just focus on maybe just the editing rather than
Mm.
wrestling and editing,
Yeah.
and like stories and stuff that we were doing back then. So I just was like, oh, I'll just edit it. It's fine. I'll just take a break. But yeah, that's basically what happened with the Wrestle House stuff. Yeah.
Okay. No, but one thing you did highlight, it is very easy to get burnt out in something that you love, and as we know, I took a week off because physically I knew I couldn't edit something and I couldn't give my whole heart to it. But I want to stress it to everyone here. It doesn't have to be just wrestling or what I do with what if it's cool. Anything that you do, you need to take a break. It is incredibly crucial because how many people just burn themselves out and then may never return from this? It's horrible, horrible thing to happen, especially when you're very passionate about something. And I'm glad that you took some time off and focus on other bits, because a lot of people will just push on through, and that's a very courageous, very manly thing for you to do. So well done for doing that. Now you did bring up something as well, something that I love, but unfortunately was never finished. The Wrestlehouse versus MXW invasion angles. Firstly, whose idea was it to do that, and why have we not finished it?
To tell you the truth, I can't remember who originally pitched the idea. I know that when I was originally in that break period, I was reaching out to a bunch of other, backyard companies and stuff like that, and I talked to and another guy, and I was like, hey, what are you guys doing? Like, how is your stuff doing? And they were like, yeah, it's going all right. We're out in Horsham, and we're all doing what we can. And I was like, oh, cool. Would you be interested in doing some stuff with us? And yeah, the connection just sort of grew organically. I went and visited them, and then eventually EVO.
Well, here's the thing.
EVO.
Before you just censored yourself there, you did say, and I did bleep it on this one. You did say someone's shoot name again.
I did. Yes, I did. I did.
This is going to be called. Let's not say the shoot name.
Damn it! I thought I was doing well then. It slipped past me. I was like,
"You just do you, right, baby. That's all you need to do. Don't worry about it.
I don't want it. I know what it's like to edit. It's not fun. It's not fun when you have to scrub through. Where's the exact moment where he says that?
No, you know what the funny thing is? Like, as much as it does annoy me, do you know how much you get? Like, I can't stop laughing when I have to do that though. So I think this is just going to be fun. When I edit this, I'm going to go, Dan, why the hell did you say that? No, it's going to be fun because you'll get the joke afterwards. It'll pay off at the end. But please continue.
Yeah. So we built that connection, and then from there, I think, like from the start, I think there was always that plan of Wrestlehouse, MXW, and a little bit of it played out. A little bit did. There was way more that needed to happen. There was way more, and it was going to end really, really well. It was really like from where we were like setting stuff up and storylines that looked like they were going this way, but they were always heading that way. We had, in my opinion, done a really good job of like planting the seeds early of where stuff was going to end up, and who was going to be where and teaming with who and breaking up with who. It was I think eventually maybe it'll happen, but I can't tell you because if it does happen, then I've spoiled it.
Yeah, that's okay. I can't wait if it does happen. I really want to see that happen. Wink, wink. But yeah, that's fine. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, at least we still have the footage on YouTube and on Facebook as well. So that's okay. I'm being distracted by your lovely little feline in the back.
Yes. Okay. So this is Casca. Casca, come here. You good? No, you good? All right. She's fine.
I'm sorry for everyone who's listening, but I just like whenever I see a cat, I'm like, oh, like that.
She's a beautiful, beautiful cat. She's a ragdoll. Oh, here she comes. Good girl. She's a ragdoll cross tabby or turtle shell, I believe.
Oh.
Yeah, she was just sort of wandering around with a dog one night. I was hanging out with EVO, and there was a little kitten and a dog walking around, and EVO got the dog and I got the cat. She's hanging around now, but I just sort of just adopted her, and then she lives with me. She's lived with me for about 5 years now.
Oh wow,
she's beautiful. She's beautiful. I love that cat. Reason for living. I love this cat. I love this cat so much.
I'm a cat person. I wish I could have another cat, but unfortunately, I don't want to give it a really bad life because I'll be fair and honest, I'm too busy to really pay attention to look after a cat. So that's why I've done the mature thing and not got a cat. But oh god, I love cats so much. I really do. Yeah. Oh my god, she is so cute.
Here she is. So this is Casca. She's so beautiful.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
All right, put Cassie down because otherwise I'm going to be distracted for the rest of the episode. But hang on, so you said you having to feel this out to several backyard companies. How did you actually come across MXW originally and with our good buddy far out?
Yes.
Ding!
We're 2 for 2 now, baby. We're 2 for 2 now.
Oh, it's oh, all right. Oh, it's like oh god, it's like tennis. With Ace, a good buddy Ace. How did you come across Ace?
So I joined this Facebook page called Backyard Wrestling Grand Prix, I believe it was. And it was just a post that said, list all of the backyard wrestling companies in Australia. And there were very few in Victoria. So at the top of the list was the original form of MXW. And that's where I met Ace. And then there was another guy there as well. But yeah, from there, I just like we would go back and forth and talk. And it wasn't just the wrestling that I connected with Ace over. It was our love of wrestling figures and figures in general, and it was just a beautiful way to start a friendship that is still going to this day.
Wow.
So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, that is actually really good. I don't know many wrestlers that bond over action figures as well as you guys did, and wow, that's just really cool. I was like, when you said figures, I turned my head and I could see this little guy. I got Vegeta right here. I'll just put it up to the camera. There we go. It's a bit hard to see when it keeps blurring out.
Oh,
but
nice.
Yeah, those are pretty cool.
Is that a band Presto?
It's definitely Bandai, but it was in the mystery packs that they were doing a Big W.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I've got. Oh my god, now it's becoming show and tell. I've got Goku there, but I'm not gonna pull him up because I don't like him. Got Gohan there, and I've also got Gamma 2, which is my favorite from the movie. I love this character so
there
much.
he is.
Like,
Love Gamma.
Easily the best character in that entire movie. Just how much of a smartass he was, and he died a heroic death.
Champion.
God, we really need to do this Dragon Ball episode, don't we?
Yeah, we really do.
Yeah.
We really do. Because it could genuinely go for like 3 hours.
Well, it could be, we could do like, part 1, part 2, part 3, because, the viewers can only handle so much me.
True.
Yeah. You're not meant to say true. You said, no, Dan, they can go.
No, whoa, hang on. The true was delayed. The true was delayed. I love hearing your voice.
Oh god, I wish no, I'm not gonna say that because I'll be in the doghouse for the rest of the week. So obviously you have the feelers out and you're bonding with Ace.
Hold
I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win at the end of this.
on.
All right. So what were the factors of you actually becoming and joining MXW?
So during the conversations that we would have, we talked about, I'd be interested to come in MXW and, checking everything out and seeing how you all operate. And then you can come over and see how we're operating. And yeah, I can't remember if I went alone first. I feel like I did. But the big time that I went to Horsham, I took EVO with me. And then from there we started doing like stories with them. There was a team there called Unholy Alliance, and then we were SPD, how we are today, but back then.
Yeah.
And yeah, we just sort of carried over our stories from Wrestlehouse with what we were doing at the time and sort of melding it together with MXW as, seamlessly as we can. And yeah, I think from there we just sort of took it step by step. We didn't really plan too much ahead of time because it was still early days. We didn't know how everybody was going to mesh with each other. So we sort of, when you get a new cat and then you have to introduce another cat into like the environment. So you're like, oh, we should probably do this slow so it doesn't like upset one of the other cats. We did that. And we slowly drip feeding more of our guys to come and visit, and then vice versa with MXW coming to check out Wrestlehouse.
All right.
So that's sort of how that all bled into each other.
Okay. Well, it seems like it was a natural transition by the sounds of it, and you guys have carried on. Um, I want to hear your version of this. So, how did you guys come up with SPD, and why did you guys become a tag team?
So, this is a difficult one because I have a bad memory. I just have a very bad memory. I'm very bad, very bad at remembering things. Despite what is I've talked about, like with the wrestling and the games and all that. It's like this kind of thing. I we knew we wanted to team together. Like we kind of knew that from like when we were younger. Because I went to school. I went to say primary school with EVO.
Yeah.
And I was a year above him or something like that. And he was like the only other kid in school that knew wrestling. So I remember for like book day, I came dressed as John Cena with the United States Championship, and like we would like wrestle on the playground for the US title. And yeah, there were lunch times where we'd like pretend we were in a tag match, and I think from there we just had that memory of like, gotta be cool if this ever happened. And then yeah, it just sort of we had that opportunity at Wrestlehouse to give it a go, and it worked really well. We just gelled really well. We knew what we wanted to be and the story we wanted to tell, which as obvious and as plain as it could be, was basically the Gargano Ciampa storyline, like the DIY, have that ultimate betrayal, break your heart, and reform, and then do some more stuff later on, and then feud again if you want to. But we basically did that at Wrestle House, and the name SPD came from the fact that we were talking about Power Rangers one day, and we were like, "Oh, another thing we have in common. How crazy is that?" And I was talking about Lost Galaxy because Lost Galaxy is my favorite Power Rangers, and he was talking about his favorite Power Rangers. And then we eventually came up. We were talking about like, oh, what about SPD? Like, do you like SPD? He goes, oh, SPD's great. How good's the theme? And I'm like, how good's the theme?
Yeah.
And we both kind of went, how good is that theme? And we played it. We're like, SPD emergency. And we went, God, that'd be good for an entrance theme. And then we both kind of looked at each other and went, all right. All right. You thinking what I'm thinking? And we just sort of, I think it was just at that moment, we were just like, yeah, we'll just be SPD. But originally it was SPD Emergency. That was the full name of our tag team.
Yes.
So we're like, oh, we'll just call it SPD Emergency. And then history. That's history. We didn't originally, like, we're never going to be like dressing up as Power Rangers or anything like that. But now where we're at, we're like, let's be SPD Power Rangers. But we're like, I'm Omega Ranger, he's Shadow Ranger, because he loves the color purple. It's his favorite color.
Yep.
And I think white gear looks really nice. And I was like, oh, Omega Ranger, let's go. Let's go.
I do love your attires. I think they're absolutely fantastic. One of the best we've ever seen in Australian wrestling. Now, obviously, EVO did tell us a little bit of a story about your merch because you guys haven't dropped your friggin' merch. Otherwise, I would be wearing it right now. But although I am wearing a beautiful Dream t-shirt from DMDU, and if you guys definitely want to get one of these because these are friggin' awesome, make sure to DM DMDU on Instagram to get one of these beautiful t-shirts because oh my god, not only was the event cool, these shirts are absolutely freaking awesome. That's another cheeky plug. But no, I've already forgot what I was to say. Oh yes. You have a tendency of giving away your shirt. Why? And how come I haven't got one?
It is oh my god.
I think this is the first time I think this is the first time we've had a sneaky cameo from someone. Does he want to come? Does he want to come in and introduce himself?
I don't know. Does he want to come in and introduce himself? He's eating some Nutri-Grain. He's grabbing some Nutri-Grain. Hang on. Oh, here he is. Here he is. Go on, mate.
Yeah.
Look at this peggle.
So Ryan decides to hijack my podcast, and then now you're trying to infiltrate my podcast. Is this just as a He's walking away.
He's going. He's going. He's going.
So for those who don't know, that's Robbie Parker in the back.
Bloody Robbie Parker.
Oh God.
That
Next
guy's
thing,
kicked me in the back of the head too many times, I tell you.
oh Jesus, I can't believe he's made another appearance on the show. Jesus, that's all
Too
right.
many.
That's all right. Nah, I love you, Robbie. You can't him. Nah, it's all right.
He's gone. He's having
Yeah.
his Nutrigrain.
Yeah, for dinner. That's that's actually pretty good. I like Nutrigrain for dinner. I don't know what it says about me, but yeah. So you give away your merchandise instead of selling it. Why?
I am a firm believer in moments. I think there is something incredibly special about, and this is me being like genuinely serious. I would rather have that wonderful moment between and I don't want to be like up myself, but like wrestler and fan, um, of giving the shirt off my back to someone in the audience because
Mm.
that lives in your head for potentially the rest of your life. You know, you go up to the merch table and you get to meet the wrestlers and you get to like interact with them, and there is something special about that. There is. But how special is that kid who catches the John Cena shirt, who gets to be given the Cody Rhodes weight belt? You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
I love giving my shirt away because it is expensive. Like I've lost a lot of money on getting like one-off shirts and stuff like that. Um, but I will never stop doing that. I love doing that. And
Mm.
I remember the first time I did it, and it has always sat with me. There was this kid who came up to us and was like, "I love you guys. You did so well. You know, this is my first time watching wrestling. This is really special to me. You know, thanks for coming." And I was like, "Absolutely, mate. Would you like my shirt?" And then I was like, "This. I'm just gonna keep doing this then. I'm just gonna keep doing this." Because that kid will remember that for the rest of his life.
Of
And I'll
course.
remember that for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
That's the first kid who ever cried about me at wrestling. I can picture his face. If we had a live thing of me drawing, I could draw his face.
Wow.
I remember what that kid looks like. And if he ever watches this, I remember you, and I can't wait to see you at the next show. I can't wait.
Just so we
I'll
can
give you another shirt.
so we can kind of out this person so he knows that he is special. Which show was it that this happened?
So that kid, that specific one, that one was at Horsham. That was at Golden Opportunity. Gave away that shirt, and then there was also Warrnambool. The the first one was the black one. I gave that one away, and then the second black one was at Warrnambool as well. So it was back to back. I gave my shirt away just straight away. Wasted no time.
So to the young man, just remember that Ryan Casca remembers you, and yeah, that's a very special moment, and that's absolutely beautiful. I was hoping that's what the story was going to be like. But you know, if you're wasting money on shirts and stuff like that, just get in contact with my sponsor ResPro. I'm sure the team over there can help you out with some shirts there. Yep, with a bit of I'm just a plugging machine tonight. But yeah, look, Ryan, we are running out of time because we've been talking a lot. We've also been doing sidebars with Dragon Ball toys and all different kinds of things. I do want to do touch on something that you just brought up as well. I have noticed on your I think, if I remember correctly, is it Discord, or I can't remember what streaming service you do, but you do live drawing. Is that right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I didn't know where you were going with that. I was like, oh, what's he doing? Yeah, every now and again I've got a thing where I can stream onto like Facebook Live and Discord and not Discord. Oh, yeah, Discord?
I don't know. I saw it recently and I went,
Yeah.
oh, that's awesome. Because I was just sitting there watching, like, this guy's good.
Yeah, I thank you. I don't think I'm that good, but I like it. I design I along with drawing, like I design like wrestling belts and logos and stuff like that. Like I love doing it.
Mm.
I've designed the MXW Heavyweight Championship, the Ascent Championship. There's a bunch of belts I can't talk about at the moment that I've designed.
Hang on,
what else?
because I finally got to
Yep.
saw this when I was working at Alpha. Were you the one who designed the MXW Tag Team Championship?
Oh, you've seen it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. I
Now,
have designed the new ones.
I'm talking about the purple ones that the boys are currently having. at the moment.
No. So those are they're just those were commissioned by someone that didn't really like go through like conversing with people about it. Just sort of ordered them. Those belts are just the X Division Championship from like 2013 for
Thank
TNA.
you. Yep, I said that.
are.
I said that, and everyone just goes, "Oh, don't see, I'm going. This is the X Division title. Like it's just
They are.
purple and this."
Yes, they are. I am a big fan of finding the identity of a company and designing the belts to be related, but not the same. I like finding the DNA of a company. MXW, for example. The first belt I designed for MXW was actually the Ascent Championship. I designed that way back, way back. I'm talking years ago. That belt was originally purple. It was like had gold and gray on it and stuff like that. And then they made the decision to switch it to blue. And I think the belt looks really nice blue.
Yeah, it does.
I did a bunch of versions. But they went with blue, and I think the blue looks really good. The heavyweight championship, I went back to the belts that I grew up watching and loving, and how that could complement where MXW was going now that they were, taking this super seriously and wanting to make a company, like a traveling company out of it. And the only thing that I could really think of to honor that was their example of what a big gold belt would be. You've got the WCW big gold belt, NWA, all that sort of stuff. Everyone has those. Your first iconic world title. And for me, I went, let's go big, let's go hard, let's go that one.
Yeah, no, it's a absolute stellar belt. I do love the those two championships. I don't know what it is, but I think it might be because it is blue. I'm very attracted to the Ascension championship. Not just because it's held by Will Walker. But it is an absolute lovely title, and I'm glad to know that you were actually the one who designed it. That's further proof that you're the Picasso of wrestling belts. I'm not saying that kisses ass. I just actually really love that title. And well, when I do see her, I need to take a photo with that with me holding that, please. Now, we come to the sample question here. What if it's cool? What is something that you find cool that nobody else does?
Call of Duty Zombies, baby. Call of Duty Zombies, baby. I live and breathe Call of Duty Zombies. It's my thing. I love it. It's up there with Gargano. It's up there with wrestling. It's up there with animated drawing art. It is Call of Duty Zombies, and specifically Treyarch Zombies. I ain't about any of this Infinite Warfare bullshit. I ain't about this Cold War, especially Cold War bullshit. You get that out of here. I ain't about that. Advanced Warfare, get out of here. Anyone that's making Call of Duty Zombies that isn't Treyarch, stop it. You're embarrassing yourself. I'm gonna stop because I'll keep going.
No, you keep going. Baby.
Have I got a bit more time? Okay. All right. Let me break this down for you. The pinnacle of storytelling is Dempsey, Nikolai, Kakio, and my boy Rick Toffin. Their story, the Ether storyline, and the characters and the character arcs that you get for two different versions of them, from World at War to Black Ops 4. Black Ops 4 may not be a great game. I'll 100% say that, especially what they did to my favorite Mob of the Dead, turned that into Blood of the Dead, ruined it. Absolutely ruined it. But I think some of the best storytelling in games has been the Ether storyline, because they went from having nothing, no idea what this story was going to be, and they turned it into diamond gold. What if you want to call it the greatest thing in the world? That's what the Ether storyline is. Incredible. And the fact that you had two different versions of them. Two different versions of them. Incredible.
What I think is the most funniest thing about this entire episode now, because of how loud you just gotten and how passionate you were, the mic cut out several times when you were saying stuff.
Oh, the computer fell. Hang on. Oh no, the computer.
Oh,
all right,
my God.
I'm back. Okay.
And he throws his mic, his headphones and mic down. Oh my god.
All right, let's break this down. All right.
Yeah.
Ether storyline.
Yep.
Top tier. Lord of the Rings. Top tier. Star Wars. Top tier.
James
Oh,
Master OnlyFans. Top tier.
Top tier.
Oh
Gosh.
god.
I could, honestly, if we had the time, if we could have an episode where we sit down, we get a bunch of people who know nothing about Call of Duty Zombies,
Yep.
a bunch of people that do know Call of Duty Zombies,
Yep.
and we just read the entire timeline. Money.
Oh,
That's money.
Christ.
That's money. And then we play through every map, even the bad ones. Even the bad ones. I'm calling you out, Setsuma Nishima. I'm calling you out. Revelations. I'm calling you out. All of them from Black Ops 4. I'm calling you out. Get out of here. Get going.
Well, Kid Valiant, when he was here last week, did say that we should do a live stream of us reading something. Several people. I think we may have found the first thing that we're going to be doing. I don't know if he would want to do that. I don't know if he's a Call of Duty fan. No,
Yes.
is he or is he not? I'm not sure.
Not really.
No.
Not really. Back in the day, I think he was, but currently, nah. I wouldn't say so.
I think he's
Especially on
more.
zombies.
He's more Fortnite or what's that other game he was talking
Pretty
about?
damn good.
Yeah.
The finals, probably.
Hang on, because he's hiding in the background. Go grab Robbie. Ask him if he would want to do something like that.
Oh, Rob Dog, come here.
Wow, we're shooting ideas live on the air.
Uh,
How professional am I right now?
Or would like to know if you would like to do a live stream reading of the zombies. College zombies. Act it out. Are we acting it out?
Oh, why the not?
Why the not? He says.
Well, it with that attitude.
All right, shake my hand.
Gotta keep it on camera so it's legally binding. Just so that
Oh boy.
guys can quit.
It's gonna be interesting 2024. That's for sure. When it comes to What If It's Cool. All right. Well, Ryan, it's been an absolute pleasure. Where can we find you on all your socials?
That's a very good question. Off the top of my head, I don't know. Wait, at Living the Dream Ryan Casca on Instagram. Probably that's it.
Yeah, I don't
That's
think
probably it.
I don't think because you don't have Facebook. Well, at least Facebook for your page, and I don't think you have TikTok, do you?
I mean, for my art, I do, but that's. Don't worry about that.
That's gonna be in the description because I reckon you should really check out this young man's art because I think he's absolutely amazing. But yeah, Ryan, it's going to be a very interesting. When we do these live streams / episodes, I reckon we're going to have a lot of fun, mate. I really do. Ryan Casca, thank you for being part of What If It's Cool.
Thank you for having me on.
And before we just click off, I broke my fucking Sharpie's lid there because of how excited I was. Bloody hell! Because I was like wondering what's this thing, and I realized, oh shit, the Sharpie that I've had since the JSA episode, I finally broke it. Wow.
Gone. Burial at sea.
Oh, that's all right. She still works. She's still right. So we'll skip like that, but I'll just keep that somewhere. But yeah, this is absolutely fun episode, and I can't wait to have you again, Ryan Casca. Thank you for being part of What If It's Cool again.
Can't wait to be on.
And that's the end of that episode. Want to be featured on What If It's Cool or know someone with an amazing story that needs to be told? Reach out to me. I can be reached on whatifitscoolbusiness@gmail.com. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the show wherever you get your podcasts. Want more from What If It's Cool? Make sure to check out the YouTube channel where you can find the latest episodes of Mukbang Around, Reaction, and of course the podcast. And don't forget to follow What If It's Cool on all socials. It can be found at What If It's Cool. Keep that sport coming. And until next time, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.